Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I'm going to be discussing how you may or may not be making something within this dunya an idol, and you may be worshipping that thing over Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Before you say, oh, this video is not for me, I don't worship idols, I don't get down on my hands and knees and, pray to another lord or pray to a statue or something like this. Idols is not just praying to another lord. It's making something your lord. It's worshipping something and putting it above Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So for example, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says wear the hijab, right? Wear the hijab, cover your hair, all these things, cover your aura, right? And you have the mentality that you have free will and it's your choice whether you wear it or not, and it's not fard and stuff like this. You are directly going against the Quran, and you are directly going against what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, right? And you are worshipping your mind over what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says. Look at Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's attributes. If, for example, he's Ar-Razak, right? He's the all-provider, but then you only feel provided for with your husband, and you tie that provision to your husband and your husband alone, and then, like, God forbid something happens with your husband, all of a sudden you feel unsafe, all of a sudden you feel anxious, all of a sudden you feel overwhelmed, and your peace is stripped from you, right? And I know this to be true for a lot of my sisters, where they either get divorced or the husband dies or the husband cheats and is no longer their source of finance, right? And their whole world crumbles. They're not prepared. They feel like they're stripped from safety. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Ar-Razak. He is the ultimate provider. He may have provided for you through your husband, but if you rely upon Allah like you should be relying upon Allah, you will be sustained. You will be provided for fully, and you will not even worry about it. You will not have that anxiety within your heart. So let's get into it and let's draw, because I'm in the mood for some art. So this is you, okay? This is money. When money is present, right, you feel safe, you feel happy, you feel fulfilled. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes away this money from you, how do you feel? Question. Okay. I'm not gonna even say anything. How do you feel? And I need you to analyze it within yourself. If you have no money in your bank account, if your job fired you right now, if your husband, if you're getting provided for by your husband, if he divorced you right now, how would you feel? Would you trust your Lord still, or would you be filled with anxiety? That's the question. That's the test here, right? This is you, okay? This is someone you equate to with love, whether that be your mother, whether that be a friend, whether that be a spouse, right? This is how you feel loved. This person makes you feel loved. How do you feel when that person's not in your life anymore? If that person leaves you, if that person dies, if that person breaks up with you, divorces you, if that person moves to a different country, do you still feel loved? Would you still feel loved? If not, what is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's 99 names? One of his 99 names, right? Allah, dude. Okay, let's do another example. Okay, so this is you, and this is what you equate with safety, okay? So for some people, safety looks like having a roof over their head. For some people, safety feels like a person. For some people, safety is money again, right? So this is a symbolism of safety, right? This is you, this is safety. How would you feel if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took away these things? How would you feel? Now, if the answer to any of these questions was I would lose my mind, or it would be I would go into massive depression, or it would be I wouldn't want to be on this earth anymore, or something along the lines of that, right? And if losing these things would rock your world completely and you wouldn't know what to do with yourself, this is a problem, because now you are worshipping the means instead of the creator of the means. This is so common. I see it everywhere in sisters, I see it everywhere in brothers. They equate marriage to safety, they equate man to provision, they equate money to security, right? But ultimately, these things, they're nothing without our creator. You can have all of the money in the world, it won't change the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is ar-Razak. You can have no money in the world and it won't change the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is ar-Razak. You can have no one in this life who loves you or who cares for you. It won't change the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is al-Wadud. You can have a loving spouse and amazing friendship and all these things, and it won't change the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is al-Wadud, right? He is the creator, and his love, his provision, his security, his safety manifests through means within this world. You will feel safe when there's a roof over your head. You will feel safe when you have income coming in. You will feel loved when you have a husband or when you have a wife, right? This is a natural consequence of his means. However, the means is not the supply. The means is the means. We tie our sense of self to the tools. Then when these tools inevitably leave, die, or be replaced, what will happen is you will never feel satisfied. What happens is your heart state will constantly fluctuate. What happens is you worship the dunya, and then you will experience the consequences of that. You will feel distracted, demotivated, depressed, distant from your Lord. Because why would you feel close to your Lord when you never tied his proper attributes to him? Why would you feel close to your Lord when all of a sudden the money in your bank account has dropped? Or all of a sudden your husband wants to leave you? Or all of a sudden, that opportunity that you were so excited for rejected you? Why would you feel close to your Lord when you've been worshipping his means rather than who he is? And I see this a lot in a lot of sisters and brothers. They say they struggle with their relationship with Allah. And I go, okay, do you know anything about Allah? Do you know his names? Do you know about the Prophet stories? Have you read the Quran? How can you praise Allah with a name you do not know? How can you expect a great connection with your Lord when you do not know who your Lord is? How? You see, if, for example, you have a friend and you don't feel close to your friend, right? What is the first thing you'd look at? Am I spending enough time with them? Am I getting to know them well enough? Am I being vulnerable with them? So why is it any different with your Lord? With your Lord, are you spending enough time within Salah? Sure, but also how much do you remember your Lord outside of your Salah? Are you God conscious, or is he an afterthought? Do you only come to him when things have collapsed? When you're struggling with your relationship with him, all of a sudden, because he's taken away the thing you are worshipping to remind you what to prioritize here. Do you have resentment towards your Lord because Allah loves you so much that he's taken away the husband, the money, the this, the that, because you have been obeying that thing, you have been making that your idol, right? And Allah loves you more than that. Allah wants to remind you who your Lord is, and now all of a sudden you have resentment, right? So we've got the problem. Okay, we may be subconsciously making something our idol. Let's understand why we are doing this and how to overcome it. Now, if growing up, love, security, finance, safety, emotional safety, all these things, right? These things had been stripped from you in one way or another. What we can do subconsciously is grab onto anything within this dunya that will replicate the feeling we had, and then it went away. And what we do is we replicate it within this dunya and we grab onto it for dear life because we do not want it to go again. So let's say you loved someone growing up, whether it be a parent, whether it be a family member, whether it be a friend, whoever, right? And you either lost that person, like they physically passed away, or just emotionally they just left, they were distant, or they no longer wanted to be a friend, etc. Right? So this is you, the love, you have it, and then it's been stripped from you. You now feel really vulnerable and exposed. And growing up, you may overcompensate, do the most to have that love and to cling on to it. So this is where attachment styles formed. For example, a lot of people are anxiously attached, which means they revolve their whole life around one person, which means they hold on to this person for dear life and suffocate them basically, because they're so scared that that person's going to leave them, and they cling on to the love even if it makes their hands bleed. And then an avoidant attachment is on the other side of things, where that love has been stripped from them, so they isolate themselves from the world because they're so scared to feel vulnerable, right? So again, this is very we can go deep in these things in another video, inshallah, because this is obviously a very deep concept. But ultimately, let's get back to focus here. Why do we worship this dunya? It's because something happened. Allah had prepared us. Allah had protected us from a person. Like, for example, if someone left your life, Allah loves you so much, is He wanted to replace that person, or He wanted to protect you from the harms that you didn't see, or something like this, right? So it's always a manifestation of His love, right? But as a child, you didn't understand that. As a child, you didn't know that, and you just saw, okay, my love, that thing that I feel the most loved by has been taken from me, and I don't know what to do for myself. So then you start going to food, then you start going to men, then you start going to money, and you equate these things with security, with safety, with love. And it's a subconscious thing, of course, and this is why people end up having binge eating disorders or anorexia, or people start obsessing over marriage, like really man crazy. Same with the men as well, like woman crazy. And it's the same with, for example, money as well. Like money is a big thing. Everyone's always idolizing and worshipping money, right? So this is the what. We are idolizing things within this dunya, the means of this dunya. This is the why, because something has happened in our lifetime that has taught us that this thing is temporary, and this has made us freak out, feel unsafe, and as a result obsess over this thing, or worship this thing, or put this thing on a pedestal. And now, how to overcome it. I read this somewhere, I've done this myself, and it has changed my entire life. If you're attached to food, fast on Mondays and Thursdays. If you're attached to money, give more sadaqah. If you're attached to sleep, wake up in the middle of the night and pray, right? Whatever it is you're attached to, give it up for the sake of Allah. Make Allah the thing you are attached to. How do you do that? How do you do that? I'm going to show you guys. Let's get down to how to worship Allah better. How do we feel so fulfilled by Allah that we don't even go to the means, that we don't even care for the means, and as a result, by the way, you will get the means more. Why? Because you're not clinging onto the means. Let's go, guys. This is you. We need to spend some time in silence, in calmness, in meditation perhaps. If you're so stressed about being in meditation, just be quiet for a second and quiet your mind, right? And before you go to, for example, a man, I say a man because most of my viewers are women, right? So if you're a man, just pretend you're a woman in this situation, or just whenever I say a man, say a woman, obviously, okay? We're not condoning gayism here. Gayism. Okay, anyway, so this is you, right? No, this is the man or your wife, okay? Or this is the money, or this is the house, or the job opportunity. We'll schedule for opportunity. I'm just gonna put okay, right? So this is you, and then these are the things that make you feel loved, secure, safe, etc. Every single time you go to your husband when you feel lonely, right? I want you to take a step back, and I want you to get on your knees and put your head on the floor, right? And I want you to be in sujood, and I want you to say, Ya Ar-Rahman, Ya Al-Wadud, love me. show me your love. Fill me with your love. I want you to talk to Allah like he's your best friend. If you really, really worship Allah like he is supposed to be worshipped, you will come to things within this dunya, not from a place of lack, but from a place of wholeness, right? You will show up for your husband from a place of wholeness. You will love him from a place of wholeness, not a place of need, a place of want. You will work from a place of gratitude, not a place of desperation, right? A place of fulfillment. You will go for the opportunities that serve you, and you will be okay with losing. I say like this because Allah replaces. He doesn't ever take you something without giving you something better, right? So you go through your opportunities with gratitude, and you're not afraid to miss out on an opportunity because you know that it's not for you. The next time you feel lonely, the next time you feel unsafe, the next time you feel insecure or emotionally unstable or poor, instead of going to anything within this dunya, I want you to go internally, and I want you to say to Allah, Ya Allah, Ya Rab, I feel so lonely, I feel so depressed, I am in need of love, I am in need of safety, and I want you to worship him using his names. For example, you feel financially insecure, Ya Ar-Razak, Ar-Razak, please, Ar-Razak, please provide for me. Okay, you don't have peace. Oh, As-Salam, Ya Allah, you are As-Salam, right? Give me peace. Fill my heart with peace. And right, if after you said this you don't immediately feel it, sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. If you don't immediately feel loved, if you don't immediately feel safe, if you don't immediately feel provided for and like replaced with peace and all these things, I want you to say the attribute of Allah over and over and over and over again, and I want you to do dhikr using that name of Allah. I want you to put your full focus on him, forget everything else, be very present. Okay, so you go like this: Ar-Razak, 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 and then you make a dua. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Allah, send peace and blessings upon the Prophet. You know, just say, Ya Allah, I send my peace and my blessings upon all of our prophets. May you, like, you know, may you bless them infinitely for the good they have done within this dunya and the akhirah, right? Okay, you praise Allah. Ya Allah, you are Ar-Razak, you are As-Salam, you are the giver of love, you are the giver of peace, you are the giver of safety and security. I am in need of these things. Fill my heart with these things, Ya Allah. Show me your safety, show me your security, show me your love in ways that I know it's from you. And then you send your peace and blessings upon the Prophet again. Then you let go, and what you do is, instead of searching for proof that Allah has abandoned you, you search for proof that Allah loves you, that Allah has been providing for you, that Allah has given you the peace. Where your focus goes, energy flows. If you've already denied yourself of the prayer before you even made the prayer, people deny themselves before they even go and put their hands in the sky. They go, oh, I'm not even going to pray for this because I know Allah's not going to give it to me. Who is your Lord? Who is your Lord? Because my Lord will give me anything I want if it's good for me. Or he'll give me something better at a better time. Who is your Lord? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls himself the shy one. If you put your hands in the sky, he gets shy to leave them empty. Okay, so make that dua and do not deny yourself. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will never deny you if it's good for you. He's al-Wadud. Why wouldn't he want to give you what you want, right? So you put your hands in the sky. Ya Allah, I want to feel safe. Help me feel safe. Help me tie my sense of safety to nothing but you. Help me feel as close to you as possible, and help everything in this dunya feel like a manifestation of your safety, but don't allow me to tie my worth, my identity, tie my, ibadah to the means. Allow me to keep my priority and my focus on you. Ameen. You know, when I make dua, I don't know, this is a side note, guys. When I make dua, my palms tingle every time. Every time. And I wonder what that means. Also, if you're a brother or a sister who thinks that they can benefit from a one-on-one consultation with me, then the link is in my bio. I can support you about your specific situation instead of giving general advice. Inshallah, everything works out for you. I'll be keeping you guys in my duas as always. Salam alaikum, and sending you guys all of my love. Bye bye.